Hi guys, and welcome to Brave Dog Training Online. Have you ever wondered where the difference between all those trainers is? Today we're gonna talk about what are the difference between different trainers and different techniques and different classes, and how Brave Dog Training Online works. And I'm gonna tell you a few stories around the topic. I'm Anita, I'm a professional dog trainer. I show you how to build a trusting relationship with your dog to overcome fear and reactivity and have a good time together again. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe and tell me in the comments if you have already some experience with dog training or behavior consultation. I would love to read those. And now, have fun. Okay, so dog trainers are, of course, people, and every person is different, like every dog is different. And that's why every dog training, every dog behavior consultation, every vet behaviorist consultation, every class is different. Because every trainer brings in what he or she knows best, likes to do most, and of course our own personalities, right? So I'm not saying that one thing is better than another. I'm not saying that one train is better than another. It's just different. And for our clients, I just wanna encourage you to choose the trainer you really feel a connection with, right? And that's why in every free consultation I really look for if this is a good fit or not on both sides. So I love honesty. I really want people, if they don't feel like this is a good fit, to tell me. And if they feel like it, then this is the most important part, right? And for me, when I started working as a dog trainer, I did what everybody else did. And that was very clear that this is not really my way of doing things. So I started changing things up so that it's more me. And turns out this is something not a lot of people do like this, because as I said, everybody's different. And what I'm doing is I'm checking everything in the dog's life, of course only things people share with me, that could be an issue. So when the dog comes to the first appointment and we have an issue with leash reactivity or fear, whatever, I'm not just focusing on leash reactivity. First, I want to know the history. So, are there any health issues? Or even if they are minor, are there some kind of stress issues? So, for example, with leash reactivity, very often we have that staying home alone is an issue, but the dog has to do it all the time and therefore has a higher stress level and therefore is leash reactive. This really happens very often. Exactly the same goes for a higher stress level because of something else. A lot of dogs that come to me, especially young dogs, have a huge program. They have a full calendar, they have appointments and a lot to do. So they are walking for hours and hours a day, and then they go to various classes and to the groomers and then visit some friends and parents and have play dates. And while this is all great on its own, in the combination, if it's just too much, it can cause problems. And this is something that I see very often. And another thing is, when I work with a puppy, most of the time puppies come to me because they are mouthing, biting, destroying stuff, going crazy, especially in the evening. And if I look closer, very often it's the same thing. The puppy has a very, very intense program and the stress level is too high. Therefore, all these things happen. It's not always that. Every dog is different and every situation is different, but this is something that is common and I see very commonly. So, for example, the puppy who doesn't want to walk gets kind of coaxed into it or dragged along or lured with something and gets kind of dragged into overwhelmed. And if the puppy is overwhelmed all the time because he has to walk, it's no wonder that stress level is too high, and if we reduce that, we get a calmer puppy. It's not always that. Like I said, it's very different for every dog, and that's why the first consultation is so intense with questions, and I just listen to whatever people want to tell me. And very often they have a very good gut feeling about what's maybe not ideal, right? So I just listen, and sometimes I listen for hours because it's necessary. And people feel a lot better when they can just tell me what they feel is important. And most of the time it is. So this is a win-win for both sides. All right? And then we just look at the easiest solution for everything. I like to keep it simple. So, for example, if we have a leash reactive dog, I like to take a break from the leash reactivity from day one on. All right? Because if we have issues with our dogs, and I know what I'm talking about, my dog is in such bad health that every time something else comes along, I'm really feeling defeated and I'm just focusing on the problem and I see only that, and I'm worrying and trying to figure out what we can do about it now and this new thing, and I forget to focus on the good things, that he's really cute and really fun to play with and stuff like that. So if we take a break from the problem, we start having fun together again, and this is so important. All right? And when it comes to training and all the background stuff is done, I also like to keep it simple. We don't need a gazillion cues and kind of circus lections and all those things. Yes, it is fun to do them with our dogs, and if you want to do it to just keep your dog a little occupied or just do something for brain work, I'm all for that. But for behavior change, we often need only 1, 2, maybe 3 signals, and that's it.
Good. Karumi. Good.
And then we look at what's possible. So if somebody comes to me with whatever and they are working 80 hours a week and they leave the house at 6 a.m., I will not ask them to walk their dog at 10 a.m. because they're not home. All right? So this is something that's also very important, I think, that both parts, so the dog and the human, are able to do what we are talking about. All right? This is something that really affects if people do what we talk about. Because if it seems too difficult, it will not be done. We are all kind of alike in this situation. It's different for everybody what is too much, but if we feel like it's too much, we won't do it. All right? So this is something I really have a look at. And I also want people to be able to do it on their own. I want people to not need me. And yes, this is weird as a business owner, maybe, but I want people to feel confident in their day-to-day life, and I cannot hold their hand for the rest of the dog's life. So I want them to really know what's going on, to really feel confident, to intervene when it's necessary, to help when it's necessary, and to let the dog decide on his own when it's possible. Also, to kind of get a feeling for when training is possible or necessary and when it's actually not. So this is something that's also very important for me. So we are working towards that. And in the end, I am really happy to release people into the world who really have a good feeling for their dogs and who are absolutely confident they can handle it, right? And that's how I see dog training. And yes, I'm always saying dog training, and I know in a lot of parts of the world it's a huge difference between behavior consultation and dog training. And in those countries, I would do behavior consultation. Because dog training is only sit, heel, I don't know, stuff like that. In my country, it's more like a lot of the dog trainers are doing behavior consultation. So that's why I'm just saying training, because it's easier, right? And I have been with my dog to various trainers because we had a lot of issues when I was not yet a dog trainer myself. So we did a lot of things, a lot of different things. And that's how I also kind of found my love for online dog training, because I have worked with a vet behaviorist online. It was amazing. I did online courses. They were amazing because I could just do the things when I had time and when I felt like it. And that's why I'm offering dog training online courses today, because I just feel like sometimes we cannot fit regular appointments in our schedule, and then online courses are amazing. And I also did in-person training with various trainers, and they were also amazing, but they were all different. People are just different, right? So that's why it's so important for me to just talk about it upfront, see if we're fit, and then decide, yes, we want to work together, right? Because then dog training can be a really, really great experience. And I hope that you also have a really great experience wherever you go for dog training. Why don't you write me in the comments if you have already a dog trainer or not, and what you would wish for a dog trainer to do or not to do. I would love to read those. And don't forget to like and subscribe and click the little bell so you don't miss anything anymore. And that said, I wish you an amazing time with your dog, an amazing time training, and we'll see each other next time. Bye!